This has
Uh,
never happened, but it's telling me, like, it just told me you hit record.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's a new feature on Zoom. So, guys,
Because
welcome back to
people are getting caught
yeah.
up getting recorded on meetings and they didn't know they were being recorded. So now it's like a prison phone call.
Because consent is really big nowadays. You have to make sure that people are giving consent to be recorded.
Yeah.
All right. Damn it, since you interrupted me. Welcome back
Sorry.
to The Struggle with Candice Thompson, guys. I'm Candice Thompson. I've been away for a while, and I'll explain why. I've been having technical difficulties. Oh, and here's our guest is. Let's admit him. For those of you who are new to The Struggle, thank you for tuning in. The Struggle is a podcast where I would have my friends come on and talk about something they're struggling with. But since the world is ending, we decided to keep it light and we only talk about topical things. And I riff with my friends and we just have a good time and hopefully make you laugh and smile. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. I'm posting the videos on there. We're on all podcast platforms. Rate and review us on iTunes. And I am Jokes by Candice on social media. And last but not least, if you've not told somebody about this podcast and you were listening regularly, please pay it forward and tell somebody. I know I have been inconsistent over these past few weeks, but I will tell you why. That's going to be part of the fun session today. And now I'm going to introduce my co-host, Mal Hall. Mal, tell everybody where they can unfollow you.
Hey, everybody. Good to not see you again. I'm here. Unfollow me on all social media at Mal Hall. And don't even think about subscribing to my YouTube channel, Mal Hall TV, because it's pointless. I, I, I'm healthy and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in person doing stand up, which I do have dates on my website now. So my website is usable, malhall.com. Check it out for the shows that you're not going to come to. Candice, who is our guest today?
Oh man, I'm so excited to have this brother back on the show. He did The Struggle when we were really talking about struggles, but also when we were still in a studio. But this was also after Mal has moved back home to take care of a child. A lot happened since this man has been on the podcast, but he is back, and I'm so happy to have him, the hilarious Ruben Paul. Welcome,
Hey
Ruben.
everyone,
Where can everybody
it's good
find
to
you
see you,
online?
Candice. Now, they can find me at I am Ruben Paul on pretty much everything. On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, I'm not hard to find if you really want to find me.
Yeah. And it's
That's what.
Ruben, just
Yeah.
R-U-B, not Ruben like the sandwich, right?
Exactly. I get that a lot, and it's Ruben Paul. Yo, if you even know how many times in my lifetime people like Ruben like the sandwich, it's my favorite. Like it's 2021. Am I the first Ruben you've ever met? And just know that every Ruben fucking
Yeah.
hates you. Every Ruben despises
Yeah.
you for coming up. Yeah.
Ruben like the sandwich is the equivalent of me every time people like go, "Oh, your name is Mal. Did you know that that means bad in Spanish?" Yes, I've
Yes.
been aware for quite some
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Also in French.
Are everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Also French, and every once in a while, I'll get some white person coming to me and goes, Ruben, I've been thinking. I have no idea what that song is.
What is that?
I don't know
There's
either.
a famous song with Ruben in it, and they'll come up to me like, Ruben, I've been thinking. And I'm like, all right.
Wait, is it a white person that does this?
It
Always
sounds
a
like
white
a
person.
sounds like a white hymn.
Yeah. Probably from some, gotta be from some musical, some type of Broadway musical of some sort.
Like, can somebody black make a Ruben song? I'm sorry. Okay.
Wait, so now that we're talking about Rubens, I have to ask, are you a fan of the sandwich?
No, I don't eat meat like that. So, I don't,
Welcome to So are you vegetarian? Would you say vegetarian? You dabble in meat sometimes.
Or pescatarian, which
Okay.
I'll dabble in fish sometimes, but I pretty much try to stay away from all that.
Yeah.
Oh, so what, I didn't know that. I didn't know you were a
Not,
vegetarian or pescatarian. I'm the same way. How long have you been that way
yeah,
your
yeah.
entire life, or is that a just like
No, no, but I stopped eating red meat.
Oh no, he froze
he
again.
either froze or he's really just like
And then
trying to think of the date?
please tell me I'm back.
You're back. It's like Ruben is really trying to nail down the exact date that he quit red meat. It was
Must have been a long time ago.
it was a Thursday. It was 2:17 p.m.
Yes.
There was an 18-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the southeast.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's been a long time. And then so probably pescatarian for the past, I don't know, 10 or some shit like that.
Nice, nice. Reuben, I've been thinking
How
was
about you?
originally written by Harry Birch in 1871. It's like a child song, camp
Oh,
song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird.
But I've never heard of the song. I'll listen to it after the podcast.
I will not.
Yeah.
Mal.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm not that cute. But they do make Reuben, they make vegetarian and vegan Reuben sandwiches.
Out of tempeh, right?
If you are a person that liked a Reuben sandwich, I'm not a huge fan of, I'd never had one like when I was eating meat, which was when I was like 13 years old, but I've had the vegan one and it's got a lot of Thousand Island dressing on it. And I'm not a fan of that.
So
It's creamy.
here's my issue, and not to get too off on a tangent, but how do you feel about the fake meats?
Oh, yeah. I love to talk about fake meat. Oh, I'm so happy you brought this up, Ruben. I think more people need to be talking about the fake meats because I don't trust them.
How do you feel? I don't either.
No.
I don't either.
No, you
I think in
shouldn't.
about 10 years, they're going to come out with reports on how some of this fucking fake meat is bad for you. I really believe
If they even report it, because there's bad shit that's out there right now that they never report on because they just want people to be sick. So fake meat, to me, it's super processed. And if you look at a lot of the ingredients on there, which a lot of people don't pay attention to that stuff, glyphosate is one of the ingredients in there, and it's like a genetically, they use it to genetically modify a lot of things out there. I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but that's been proven to like cause issues. It's like I don't know what exactly it is, but it is genetically modified and it is dangerous. And they put that, I think it came out in like a couple of years ago that it was in either the Impossible Burger or the Beyond Burger, one of the two. And I remember I even sent it to Neil Brennan because I know he's vegan.
absolutely.
And he was like, "Oh, I don't even care. It's just too delicious. I'm just going to keep eating them." I was like, and that's fair. And that's fair.
That is fair.
Yeah, as long as you know and you don't care.
Yeah, I think it's.
I'm not trying to.
Oh wait, go ahead, Ruben. We're having issues, so just go ahead, Ruben, and then Mal.
Okay, well, that's part of the reason why I'm not to make excuses, but like the fake meat to me just always seemed weird to me. Like, oh, this can take on the flavor of this and this can take on, but I'm like, where does that come from? How is that made? How did we get to the fake meat? They had to be done in a laboratory, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
Somebody had to, so that, and I remember talking to Ian Edwards about this. I'm like, yo, dude, this is when I was trying to go, I went strictly vegan before. I went vegan for like 6 months. I was just vegan, and I put on weight,
and then you decided that you should be pescatarian.
I was putting on weight because I was eating all carbs,
processed stuff. Yeah.
So I remember talking to Ian Edwards, who's vegan. I still think he's vegan.
He is.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, dude, what do you feel about this fake meat? And he told me, this is probably like 5-6 years ago. He's like, I don't really mess with it, man. I try to stay with the vegetables and stuff like that. I try to stay away from it. I was like, okay. And then I saw him in Veggie Grill 2 weeks later.
It is. Oh, I saw. We did a show. We just did a show together 2 weeks ago, and he was eating an Impossible Burger. Like I physically saw. I'm clowning him because I'm going to say this even to his face, but I was watching him eat an Impossible because it was at a nice place. It was a show that in like these. It's kind of like the Soho Club, but like not the Soho Club. I think it's like the more updated version of it. And so, and the lineup was dope, and they had us in like this kind of like a cabana type thing with like a spread of stuff for the comics to eat. But you know, as a vegan, there's not a lot of stuff there that we could eat, and so I didn't touch anything that was there. But then when Ian got done with his set, he had ordered an Impossible Burger, and then said that he didn't. Somehow the conversation about French fries came up, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I don't really do potatoes." And I kept it to myself because I was like, "But you're gonna eat an Impossible Burger?" I kept it because I know it gets very tricky. It's a lot to be like we have to just eat and be happy, and it gets overwhelming. So it's like do whatever makes you comfortable. But potatoes also are they're highly genetically modified nowadays. It's hard to find a non-GMO potato, so I don't do those much. The fake meats, they terrify me. Like what I think the fake meats are good for is transitioning into, like for people who are new to giving up meat, it's like, you can do that temporarily. But honestly, I feel like regular meat is more than likely better for you than these processed fake meats. So I don't endorse them whatsoever. Mal, you were going to say something before.
I'm not offended by the fake meats. I think I probably think that they should not call them burgers and name them after meat things. It's like one problem. You know what I mean? It's like just call it
Something
come
else.
up with another name for it because it's in its own category. But I think everything in moderation, you know, like I used to eat Beyond. I do not like the taste of it. Like it has an aftertaste, which makes it not appealing to me. But every once in a while, I'll throw some of the Impossible ground stuff into the dishes that I'm making. But I think it's moderation, and it's not like if you're eating it every day, I think it's a problem because definitely
Of
who knows
course.
what the ingredients are. Um, but yeah, I prefer to like come up with those recipes on my own because you can make your own veggie burger out of if it takes
Really?
a lot more time and dedication, but it's like if you're in a pin and like going out, if you're in a pinch, you know, you're hungry, Impossible Burger, why not? In
Yeah.
my opinion, if you're not doing it every day, it's just
Yeah.
something as an option for us because vegan and vegetarian options at food places are kind of scarce. Um, they're more readily available, obviously, in Southern California where we live, but it's like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. If you're
if it's that or celery sticks, I'll get the fucking veggie. I'll get the.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the availability for a lot of these things, but it's like you're saying, I agree 100%. Like if again, we saw Ian eating the processed stuff, and he might not do that stuff often, but I prefer to do whole.
Yeah.
When anyone asks me, I'm a whole foods person. I like to do really.
Hmm.
I'll even like when I look if I'm gonna order. And I know sometimes you don't have a choice, but if I'm gonna order like takeout or something like that, and I want a veggie burger, I will find a place that uses beans or quinoa,
Yeah.
sweet
Makes their
potatoes, and
own
make their own
house made.
patty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what, because I know that's like, oh, those are real ingredients. I do want to give a shout out to one brand of fake meat that I believe is definitely one of the better ones, and it's called Field Roast. Field
Hmm.
Roast. They use like grains, and they sell them in most whole health food stores. Like I know Lassen's, and I think Whole Foods has it.
Sprouts has it.
And
They're
it's made.
expensive. They're expensive, but they are tasty.
They're very good, and I think they are as far as the ingredients are concerned. It's not like a bunch. It does. I don't think it has soy, which I don't fucks with soy
Yeah.
because that's
Hmm.
another one that's another ingredient that's heavily genetically modified and just not good for you in general. It's a phytoestrogen, so it behaves like an estrogen in your body, a hormone. So it's like, but just be, just look at the ingredients. That's all. I just, the fake meat stuff, it does concern me, especially now that like Bill Gates and all these other people are like promoting it. And I'm like, now you're really making me skeptical because I don't trust your ass. That's 100%.
I mean, just to even simplify it even more, when fast food restaurants start carrying shit like this,
Yeah.
it's a red flag because we should all know that fast food restaurants are trying to kill us. Like
100%. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when Burger King is telling you to get the Impossible Burger, you're like, I don't know if I want to, Mr. King.
The thing I don't trust about Burger King
So,
having Impossible Burgers is that, and this is definitely shade to Burger King employees, which I don't know any of them personally, but I'm making a blanket assumption, which is this is unfair, and I know that, but I mean, it doesn't seem like the cream of the crop is going to be working at Burger
Hey,
King.
any fast food
Yeah,
restaurant.
so it's like you ordered the Impossible, like I don't know, they look so alike, and I've never had like beef in my life, so I could go to the Burger King and get the Impossible Whopper. They could give me a regular Whopper, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. You don't necessarily trust them to with your
yeah,
dietary restrictions.
fast food employees fuck around all the time. It's like, let's
hey,
give a
Mal,
real burger to the this veggie person.
let
Yeah.
me let me tell you how you can tell. When you take a bite of your Impossible Burger, take a step back and look at it, and you can see the genetic codes in it.
Okay.
There's a barcode.
It looks like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Fucking those green ones.
Codes.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, this is impossible. This is really
Yeah.
impossible.
it is impossible. There's no way, there's no reason why this should have ever been made. This is very impossible. Yeah, no, I don't trust. I'm just such a health nerd. I was watching a video about McDonald's chicken McNuggets yesterday. That was just someone posted on Instagram. They took like a microscope and like went in to see like the detail of what, and it doesn't resemble chicken whatsoever. Like
Yeah.
whatsoever. It looks more impossible than the Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
Can
It
I,
had fibers in it.
can I say something about Candice real quick, which I love that she has no idea what I'm about to say. But one reason why I enjoy following you so much is because you be posting all this healthy stuff. And I always think to myself, people who eat meat hate Candice right now.
Totally, 100%.
and she always does it in a really sweet, shitty way. And she's like, well, the choice is yours. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna die, but okay,
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Also, the thing that's very savage about Candace is she picks the peak times when people would be eating to post those. Hey, it's right around lunchtime. You're gonna die.
Cuss them out. You're watching Candice, you're like, really, bitch? Really?
Meanwhile, and right before we started recording, I did a post about my yerba mate and like this, like what I put inside of it. And I know people are, oh, this bitch.
Yeah.
My posts are not to make people feel badly about themselves. That is not why I'm doing it.
I know.
It's to educate people and to just be like, hey, maybe if you're so worried about dying of COVID, stop eating trash. You know what I'm saying? Like your health is so much more than getting a vaccine. It's so like it starts with your gut. It starts with your mind. It's all connected. And like the food that you eat 100% not only makes you feel better, but you think better. It's all connected. And so I'm just here to drop nuggets and I do get some hate, but I get more love than hate. I get people like, oh my God, that's so good to know. Thank you for posting that. And, you know, but I do get some eye rolls and some, like Sidney Castillo, I posted a salad one time. I made it, you know me, I make my big salads. I do that like every fucking day. And he just saw one day and was just like, eye roll. And I'm like, why are you eye rolling? This is just a general, like, so many people just dismiss health and like turn their nose up at health. And I'm like, why is this the status quo? Like,
it's harder. It's more. It takes more energy to be healthy. and people are lazy. That's like what it boils down to. Again, everything in moderation. Like I fucking love ice cream. I'll eat ice cream whenever I want, but I'm not gonna eat it every single day.
Right.
I'll probably like I'll make my own ice cream. So I know like okay,
What's in it?
I can get the ice cream is really three ingredients. I can get those three things
Yeah.
organically sourced and have healthy ice cream and still be like feel good about myself. But it's like
Right.
people don't want to do the work.
No, I
Whatever's
know.
easiest is what
I,
people are gonna do, and you're making them feel insecure about that, and that's why it's
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, keep it to yourself.
yeah,
yeah,
because people, it's like what you're doing is basically holding up a mirror. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
And people don't like what they see.
Looking at themselves.
People want to do what's convenient for them and not what's necessary. Like
Yeah.
I dropped 30 pounds and
Ooh, good for you.
thank you. And people are asking me like, well,
and
how'd you do it? When I tell them, what our philosophy is, moderation and everything. But one thing that I realized for me, and a lot of people don't want to talk about this, is sugar is the devil.
Yeah.
So when you cut sugar out of your diet and, consume it in moderation or basically focusing on natural sugars, you're gonna lose weight. It's impossible not
Have
to.
to.
yeah,
But when you tell somebody that, oh man, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, well, enjoy your love handles and your titties.
Right.
yeah.
It's true. I posted this on Instagram because it just came to me one day, and I was just like, people are always looking for a solution unless it means changing their behavior.
Yeah.
They
part.
don't,
Yeah.
they refuse to change their behaviors. And it's like, and if that's the case, then don't keep coming to me. Don't ask me, what do I need to do? Because you know the answer, you just don't want to do it. But now you're wasting my time, you're wasting my breath. And I know you're not going to do anything. But like people, what I've learned, and this is even true for me, like I changed my habits and my behaviors with eating when I got sick. I got really sick.
Mhm.
And I needed to, it wasn't like, it was kind of a rock bottom. So I was like, why do I keep getting sick? And I got very sick in 2018. And I was like, there's gotta be, and I gone to doctors that were, well, you probably have a virus, and then put me on antivirals. And I was like, this is not, not only is it not helping, but what is it doing to my liver? I don't want to be on pills for a long amount of time. So I was like, no, there has to be a solution to this, that it does not involve pills. And since none of you doctors are helping me with anything, I'm going to fix it myself. And I did. And I changed my diet, and I haven't, not only did the issues go away, but I haven't been sick since.
Yeah.
Not only did my issues go away, I haven't been sick since, but I look better. I feel better. Like my whole life has changed. Like my career got better. Like everything just fell in alignment. And people don't realize that that's what happens when your health, like what that really has to do with like your reality. Like it's so connected.
Yeah.
Well, during the pandemic, the first part of it, I'm sure all of us went through this depression and trying to figure it out because it was a new reality we're all thrusted into that we weren't prepared for.
Yeah.
And once I kind of realized it was going to go on for a while, I had to make some certain choices like, what do I want to be when I come out of this quarantine? Because at some point we are. So I was like, all right, artistically, there's all this shit, and I'm sure Candice and Mal, you can relate to this, is like things that we have been wanting to work on that we've been putting off because of scheduling, or man, I got to go chase this money, so I don't really have time to focus on this and all these things. I started writing way more, finishing projects that I want to finish. And then I said, I want to come out of this better on all levels, physically, mentally, spiritually, and everything. And I just was feeling so sluggish. And I'm a pretty smart guy. I know all different places to get, to do research and to find out things. And I just wanted to increase my energy. So I'm kind of rambling to get to this point. So there was a sugar detox that I have that's literally from A to Z, that if you can read, you can do this detox.
Yeah.
People are hitting me up like, yo, man, what did you do? It's like I drink a gallon of water a day, number one, every day, at least a gallon of water, period. I have a jug. People laugh at me. I don't give a fuck. I'm active every day. Not necessarily a heavy workout, but I'm active every day.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what did you do? I have the sugar detox. I sent it to like 5 people. Only one person did it.
Of course.
And here's the thing, we're all on a 3-way call. I hadn't talked to this dude in like 2 months. And he's like, Rube. I said, what's up? This motherfucker's going blind and had all kind of health issues.
Jesus.
Yo, he goes, yo, I've been meaning to get in contact with you. I said, what's up? He's like, I lost 40 pounds. And I was like, word? And he's a big dude. He's like, yeah, dude, thank you, man. He's like, I still have a ways to go, but I feel much better. The other guy who I gave the detox to on the phone, he was like, what detox? I said, the one I sent
Oh my God.
4 months ago.
Well, now he's gonna be sold because your other buddy lost 40 pounds and gained vision, so now he could text again because he's drinking a gallon of water. What the fuck was he drinking before? That's why he didn't text you in 2 months. The motherfucker couldn't see.
Well, we got sugar in his eyes. I couldn't see because I had so much sugar in my eye. That ain't sleep, that's sugar.
No, you guys are laughing and it's so hilarious, but it's like, it's so ridiculous that people have no idea that the food, what they put in their mouths has anything to do with their health. They have I posted something on Instagram not that long ago. I think it was something you responded to, Ruben. And because I had to clarify the post because I was getting like, not hate, but like some pushback from what I posted. Because, on the post, it says something about health. Health is not the government's, your personal health is not the government's responsibility. It's your responsibility. And like, why that was even controversial to say in the first place is insane.
Yeah. When you posted it, I was like, man.
For those of you only listening on radio, Ruben is doing the GIF of Michael Jackson eating popcorn in the Thriller video.
Yeah, Ruben responded and was like, I can't believe you even had to clarify that. And I'm like, yeah no, we do, because people have no idea. But it also, what I encourage a lot of people to do is, because we're all in like echo chambers, like on social media, like on our Twitter, on our Instagram, we follow like-minded people. And what I started doing recently, because I didn't even know this existed, but like it's changed my life. And this is so funny because I wanted to talk about, because we're all getting old, I wanted to talk about like what supplements we take and stuff, because I find myself talking about this like regularly anyway. But like, no, I found out about some life-changing shit because I started following different people, not just people in my circles, not just comedians. I started following some health people on Twitter. And it was life-changing. And it's like, I feel like people just don't even think to do that. And it's like, just find somebody that maybe doesn't think like you and look what they're talking about. And don't necessarily argue with them about it, but like maybe try what they're doing or at least research it, look into it. But like once somebody commented and said something like, oh, well, tell the post that I just mentioned about Instagram and like how your health is your personal responsibility. Somebody was like, well, tell that to someone who has cancer and what are they supposed to do? And I'm like, okay, first of all, I didn't say we shouldn't have health care. I didn't say there shouldn't be doctors, and what I said is that your health is your own responsibility, not the government's. But people are
When I read that post, Candice, I heard if you got cancer, that's your fucking fault.
Yeah. And that was the subtext. No. Okay. But like people don't even understand that like cancer, yes, of course cancer happens and it's a terrible thing, and sometimes it happens and we don't know the reason why, but I do know that there are foods you eat that can cause cancer. And people don't even realize it. If you're drinking diet soda on a regular basis, you can't say what I was putting in my body had nothing to do with why I got cancer, because that shit causes cancer. It causes mental retardation in children. Like you're not even exploring, but people think it's just your pills and you gotta be on pills and but it's like, no, what you put in your body can cause that stuff. And unfortunately, we don't know all the reasons why it causes it, but I can tell you that a lot of time it is the shit you put in your mouth.
So here's a quick thing, and we won't get into this, and I'm hesitant to bring this because I know it's going to wind Candice up again. but if we even talk about the FDA,
man,
here we go.
That's a whole nother. That's why I was hesitant. Candice, we'll talk about this a whole other time. We got to talk about the FDA, but I will say this that blew my mind, and I probably learned this like either senior year in high school or right out of high school. When my teacher goes, well, basically the FDA tells you, regulates our food and drugs and tells you what's safe and what's not safe. And I go, okay. And she's like, but here's what you should understand is their job is to go, how much of this bad stuff can your body probably handle?
Right.
That won't kill, like this will kill you, but only at 2%, then it will just kill you slowly.
Right.
Like, right. There's an agency that gets bad shit approved.
Yeah.
But that anyway. Sorry, Candice.
No, I mean, we can talk about this. I said I know we're supposed to be keeping it light, but we're making this funny as well, so that counts.
Yes.
But I like to educate people, and I think people again need to start waking up to what actually is going on in the world. But the FDA has approved so many things that are toxic, like that ingredient that we were just talking about that's in the Impossible burgers. I think it's in Impossible. Don't quote me on that, but it's in a lot of those fake meats. They approve it, and it's a carcinogen. What are we talking about? So it's like there's something else I just saw the other day that has been proven to cause cancer, and it's just like, oh, they allow it in certain amounts, but that's why you just have to educate yourself, because everyone thinks that just because the FDA approved it, that means it's good for you. It doesn't mean it's good for you. It means it's like you can eat a certain amount until, like you were saying, Ruben.
It's not poison, is what it means.
But it is poison.
When it's approved, it means it's not like
gonna kill you immediately.
Gonna kill you poison. It's not rat poison. You can ingest it and you'll
until survive. You can't. Yeah. You can ingest it until you can no longer ingest it. Yeah. It's
like you'll be reading something, you go, wait a minute. This is the same ingredient that's in plastic? You're like, what?
Yeah.
Why are we eating this?
Yeah.
People that drink Coca-Cola still, when there are like plenty of YouTube videos of motherfuckers cleaning engine parts with Coca-Cola and taking them from rusty and oily to like straight out of the factory brand new by just soaking them in Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Like, and you watch that and then go to the movies or whatever and have 75 ounces of Coca-Cola. It's like, what you're asking for, dude. That's on you.
Yeah, but
I had a friend who struggled with their weight, like really struggled, like was obese. And I remember being at their place, and I was staying there, and when you're at somebody's house, you're kind of looking, trying to figure out, they're like, hey, make yourself at home. There's food in the cabinet. Yeah. And I opened up one cabinet and I saw those like cases of Pepsi.
Oh.
Stacked cases. Not 6-packs. I'm talking about the cases.
You're talking Costco. Yeah.
So
like instead of the Culligan man, they had a fucking Pepsi truck.
A Pepsi guy? Pepsi water cooler?
like Pepsi's delivering like sparklets, like big old. Yeah. So I ask questions. You know what I mean? I ask a lot of questions. And I go, hey, you really like Pepsi?
I love the passive aggressive.
Did you win a sweepstakes, or do you just really love?
Or do you work for Pepsi? Are these the benefits they give you?
You are the Pepsi lottery. So, I mean, here's the thing. It was. Here's the thing. It was none of my business, but I was so shocked by the amount of Pepsi. Like Ralph's, he had more Pepsi than Ralph's. So when I said it, whole expression changed. Like I'd caught his porn stash or something.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, man.
Wait, so
Wait, so yeah, you froze. So tell us what happened. So his demeanor changed?
So his demeanor changed, and he goes, like literally, like I discovered his porn stash. Like his whole expression changed.
Why
And he
does
goes,
it keep freezing
"Yeah,
in that same
man."
spot?
Is it freezing? Is it good now?
He
Am I good now?
he says, yeah,
Is it
man,
back?
what?
He goes, "Yeah, man, I'm addicted." I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, man, I drink about a case every day and a half."
Wow. Wow.
And I said, "Do you know how much sugar is in that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I have a problem."
Oh no.
It
That's
blew me
tough.
away. And people might be watching this going, "You're talking about soda." But the reason why Mal and Candice is having this reaction, because if you understood how awful that is for your body, like he was
Yeah.
drinking more Pepsi than water. Like he wasn't even drinking water. He was just drinking
Oh
Pepsi.
no. And how old is this person?
They're in their 50s now, I would imagine.
No.
Yeah, but they were, but at the time they were late 30s, and they were morbidly obese and couldn't figure
That's
out
tough.
why. And it's like, if you just cut that Pepsi out, you would notice.
Figure out why.
Couldn't figure out why.
Couldn't figure out why.
It's like somebody taking heroin. Why am I always high?
He's falling out.
I keep sucking dicks on the corner. No.
Why does this family of ducks keep following me around? There are no ducks here.
There are no ducks.
There are no ducks here.
Sir.
So he was embarrassed? He was embarrassed that you found that?
Very embarrassed. Very embarrassed. Yeah.
That's tough.
And I had a tough conversation. Like, I'm not a health expert, so I'm not going to be condescending. I just offer up knowledge that I know and tell everybody to double check. I don't have all the answers. Like,
Yeah.
No, right. No one does.
Right. I think the difference is we do the work to try to find the answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what works best for us. You know, I feel better than I've ever felt before, so I want to keep feeling good.
Of course. Yeah.
What supplements are you taking to feel this good, Ruben?
Well, wait, no, before we ask that, which I do want to ask that. But wait, what is this person? Do you know, first of all, is this person still alive that you're talking about? And have they gotten better, or are they in the same?
Yeah, they actually went and got help.
Oh, good.
And here's the crazy thing. And man, we could talk about this shit all day, but here's the crazy thing. Ended up going to a psychiatrist, going to get therapy about it. And people don't realize that sometimes food is an emotional thing that's brought on by trauma and different things.
Absolutely.
In your past, but people tend to always think they can go to the gym or they can go get a trainer and all these things when the issue is emotional.
It's emotional.
And that needs to be addressed before you can get healthy.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people don't even connect the two. Like, yo, man, maybe I have a food addiction, or maybe I have, food and sugar and all this stuff can be addicted as crack and heroin and meth and all the other stuff.
And
we
more.
don't look at
even more. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sugar, I would say even more so. Absolutely.
Yeah. So they got help and ended up getting surgery and is doing really well.
Oh, that's
They
great
got
to
the
hear.
Pepsi removed from their body.
Yeah.
It was a 2-liter. It wasn't a tumor that was removed. It was a 2-liter.
Hey, the doctor comes out of surgery like, We got the leaders.
Yeah. We removed 8 cases of Mountain Dew Code Red from your body.
Oh my
That's
God.
wild.
Yeah, we injected Kel into his bloodstream. And Kel should take effect in about a week.
We are going to have to put you on a Fresca drip just so you can come down. But but after a few weeks, we'll wean you on to Pellegrino, and then you'll be good with water.
LaCroix.
Yeah, we can't go straight from cases of Pepsi to no Pepsi. So we'll slowly wean you off.
Well, I'm just happy to hear he didn't like switch to diet, because that's even worse than the regular. People don't even know, but it's more addictive, and the preservatives and the stuff, the chemicals they put in there is like somehow even worse than just regular soda.
And here's the thing, like people like discount emotions like fear and embarrassment, but we feel those things for a reason, and they should guide us to
shame. And a shame, always have been. Then we keep taking it out of society, and I'm like, no, that shit needs to stay, because it's your behaviors.
That's why everybody needs an Asian mom. Dude. Everyone needs an Asian mom, because they will teach you the ways of shame. Like I was raised by an Asian mom. I have a unhealthy amount of shame coursing through my veins. I think most babies' first word is mama or dada. My first words were I'm sorry, because that's the amount of shame.
Same thing. Like I had Haitian parents, Haitian mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. And the thing is, my friend's embarrassment by me finding the stash is what ultimately led to their recovery.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they were really embarrassed.
Yep.
So it's, sometimes embarrassment.
I bet they never told anyone else to make themselves at home. The next fucking house guest, they're like, you can go into any of these cupboards, any cupboard that you see this blue and red sticker on, just get the fuck out of it.
Like, why is there a child lock on your pantry? You don't have any kids.
It's like, don't open those 2 doors. My Pepsi stash and then my secret family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, wait. So I do
This wasn't even what we were supposed to talk about today.
No.
This wasn't even what we were supposed to talk about today.
Yeah, we never get to anything that we have on the list. I send out an email just for the optics.
Candice sends out topics to keep me apprised on what's going on in society.
In the world.
So when I do the research for the podcast, I'm like, oh, Kwame Brown's still alive? Nice.
Hey, Mal, you don't want Kwame coming after you, so tone that
Hell
shit.
no, I do not. I side with Kwame Brown. I'm with him.
I am too.
I do too. I love people speaking truth, and whenever someone gets offended by something, I'm like, I'm on the side of the person who did the offending. Whatever it is, because whatever it is that usually offends somebody is usually truth. And he's a black man, and we need to protect black men. Yeah. So we're talking about protecting black men. Let's protect this black man, and especially because he's speaking truth.
Yeah. It is ironic though for him to be calling people dumb and speaking the way he was speaking, but I understood the spirit of the message.
But it's interesting with him because for the average human being, he's extremely successful.
1000%.
But in his field, just because he wasn't one of the top or wasn't, it's like he's a pariah.
It's so ridiculous.
And my issue is, even if you want to shit on his basketball skills and everything else, my issue is the dude don't even play anymore. It would be
No.
different
Yeah.
if he was still in the league and you're tentatively talking shit about him. But to bring up stuff and then to know his journey about coming to the years old and not coming into the best environment and being beat down every day as a 17-year-old kid whose brain isn't full, who's with grown men and is getting shit on every day.
Yep.
That can mess with your self-esteem.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't go out and buy cases of Pepsi. You know,
I mean, he
That's
found a
kinda
way.
wild.
He found a way to
It's-
stay in the NBA for like
12
13
seasons,
years
I
or
think.
something.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
better than a lot of. I don't know what the average amount of time that guys spend in the NBA, but I mean, he was at least able to make a roster for that long, and yeah, I mean, I don't believe. Like, I think.
I was doing
What's that?
I said, I'm sorry to cut you off. I was doing a show with somebody 2 weeks ago, and I was like, the person came in and said, the host came in and said, what do you want me to say about you? And the credits were pretty old. He had old credits. And he's like, man, I don't want to say that. I was like, why don't you own your credits? Do you know the motherfucker asking you for credits has never been on TV before?
Never
and you're
done
ashamed
anything.
about something that you've earned? Like, don't let people shame you into it. Do you wish you had newer credits? Absolutely. But you have accomplished things in your career and in your life, and don't make people take that away from you. Like, I get it. I get the, like, you know, you don't want to give the credit, you know, they saw me and laughed, you know, he did the Arsenio Hall show, you know what I mean? Or whatever that is. But
Yeah.
But guess what? You did the Arsenio Hall show no matter what. I don't know. To shame people who've accomplished things is just weird to me.
Yeah, no, but and that's one instance where I do not condone shame. Every other situation, I'm perfectly fine with it. But if you look at full-on accomplishments and stuff that you should be proud to do anything in this industry or just anything, accomplish anything in life is very difficult because you have everything against you. But so, yeah, when you do, don't let other people, and that was all from, you know, on the inside, right? Because that's just the insecurity that came from the inside, because the host wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just,
and see,
that came from him.
And that was on a small level, because Candice and Mal, I mean, I won't say names. I have, you know, anybody who knows me knows I know a lot of people. But to be counseling people who are hugely successful, who have done things in this business that people have never done and some will never do, and to see them downplay that or feel like, oh man, that was 5 years ago. It was like, yeah, dude, not everybody gets to do that. That's like, don't let people shame you into like always constantly have to be on the now. Now you definitely want to keep progressing and keep growing and keep accomplishing things, but take some time to, I guess, appreciate what you have accomplished.
Give yourself some flowers. You know what I mean? That's basically what it is. Appreciate yourself, and it's definitely in this business where we're all self-critical. We're all self-critical, and then equally looking at what everyone else is doing and comparing yourself to what you're seeing. Is like, it's very toxic behavior, and so that's where that's where that insecurity comes from. It's like, I'm sure they were very proud when they did Arsenio Hall or fill in the blank random TV spot, but they feel like, well, it's not the Tonight Show or it's not this. Well, yeah, it is not that, but it is this, and you did that shit. So if they ask for credit, just say that.
Yeah,
it's a thing that happened.
Yeah, I'm 100% here for self-love. It's a thing that I don't think a lot of people pay too much attention to. They don't, because for whatever reason, they either think like they don't deserve to tell themselves good things about themselves, or even maybe people are too busy. I know that's a thing. When you wake up in the morning, one of the big, you know, I'm a huge fan of meditation. Like, even if it's 5-10 minutes, just sit there and be with yourself and be grateful, have gratitude for the things that you have done, the things that you have, your family members, your friends, your health, all these things are the things to be you should be proud of saying that you have these things, but just recognize it. But since we're talking about self-love, I really quickly, Mal. So Ruben, we tried to do this podcast a few weeks ago, and I was having some technical difficulties, which is I wanted to explain to my listeners what was going on. So, and why I haven't been posting for the past few weeks, but I was having some technical issues. I had my camera on my laptop messed up and I had to get that fixed. But also the day that we were supposed to record the last episode, we didn't get to record the last episode because we had a person who was practicing too much self-love, and I wanted to address this.
What happened?
So on top of my camera not working, and so we weren't going to be able to record that day anyway. I mean, maybe I could have tried it like on my phone or my iPad, but it just felt like a nuisance. But anyway, the guest was also late, and I knew this about this person because this person has been irresponsible in the past before. So this was like the last ditch effort to give this person a shot, because they've canceled, they've been late. Every time that I've tried to even fuck with this person on like a business level. And so it's wrong of me to say the name, isn't it, Mal?
Yeah, I wouldn't say the name. It's unnecessary.
Okay. But I will say it's a woman.
You have to tell me later, though. You have to tell me out there.
I'll tell you as soon as we stop recording.
Yeah.
I will say it is a Black female comedian. And that's all I'll say. So she was scheduled to do the podcast, and then I hit her up because she hadn't like hit me up about like, hey, what's going on? Because it hasn't started yet. So I texted her and I was like, hey, just giving you a heads up that I'm having some tech issues, to which she didn't respond. And I was like, hey, are you there? And she wrote back probably like a half hour to 40 minutes after my text or reaching out. And she says, she didn't even apologize. Hold on, let me read it exactly. I still have the text. Let me read it.
I've never laughed harder. So, Ruben, we've all been late to things before. Like, sometimes you're just late. Sometimes you don't respect the person's thing that you're going to, so you're showing up at whatever time you want. But you're going to come with an excuse that seems believable and gets empathy from the person that you're disrespecting by showing up late to their thing, right? You're going to give some kind of excuse that is valid in real life. But like, this is what Candice got.
Yeah, like you would expect to like, oh shit,
I forgot.
My dog got hurt. I had to take him to the vet, right? Yeah. This is the text I got from this person. And I'm sorry, she did apologize, but I think I overlooked that because the explanation was so ridiculous. So she says, I'm sorry, I'm here. You know I don't lie to you. I've been having sex this whole time. I just checked my
Now, Ruben, the first text was sent 5 to 18 hours before the second text. I've been having sex this entire time. You know I don't text and have sex.
You know I can't podcast and have sex at the same time.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. I've been fucking this whole time. I'm sorry, girl.
Also, that's an excuse though that you can't question, which is the genius thing about that excuse. That excuse, it's the equivalent of diarrhea.
Right.
What are you gonna say?
Like, I get it.
Hey, why were you late for this meeting? I shit myself.
Yeah.
I shit myself in the car. I had to go back home and change.
Yeah.
That, is something you wouldn't admit, right? You wouldn't admit that because it's a personal thing and you're trying to at least keep up the guise of professionalism at this point, right? Mm-hmm. But this person said that to me so casually as if that's an acceptable excuse, like I would lie about it. I would make a lie. I wouldn't tell someone that was the reason because that's so unacceptable.
Yeah.
I would make up a reason.
I'm sorry, I gotta ask this question. I don't me last hour, but Candice, you're on your way to a meeting, the final meeting with Steven Spielberg. This is the final meeting. You shit yourself in the car. Do you show up to the meeting, or do you come late, or do you cancel? Do you reschedule? What do you do? Because I'm not showing up shitty to the meeting. I'm not.
No, I send my body double. I have a body double that I don't know if most of you are aware of this, but for instances such as this, where an emergency arises.
Your body double be Helen Hong.
They're like, wait a second.
I would just send a text. Hey, Steve, because if you were that far along in the meeting process, you're going to get this thing. You're on a nickname basis with Steven.
Well,
hey, Steve, good news, bad news. Good news, I'm here. Bad news, my pants are full of shit, so I can come and have this meeting.
I'm sure you would prefer
Yeah.
that we reschedule to a time where I don't have pants full of shit.
Yeah. Ball is in your court. I'm just letting you know I'm committed to this job. I will come in with this shit in my pants.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely send a representative. I would say, I would. There's no way they would know I had shit in my pants, but they also would know that an emergency happened and I could reschedule.
The reason why I asked and why this is making me laugh so hard is I have a friend who was going to a meeting and pee on the way to the meeting, and they were in traffic. So they had a water bottle.
Oh, okay.
They had a water bottle in their car, and they tried to pee in the water bottle and spilt piss on themselves. And I'm like, what did you do? He's like, yo, man, I went to Ross and bought a new pair of pants. And I was 45 minutes late for the meeting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they stay for the meeting, or
and
was
didn't
it?
End up.
They
got there. People were
mad,
and they didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I said, did you tell them what happened? He was like, how the fuck I'm gonna tell them I pissed on myself on the way to the meeting?
Because even then, I feel like they probably still wouldn't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you run the risk now of that. Now, not only are they not, it's either gonna go like this: they're not gonna fuck with you because you were late, or they're not gonna fuck with you because you were late, and now they know you pissed on yourself. You know, so it's like now it's like either it's like at least they're not gonna fuck with you either way, but at least now they didn't know that you pissed on yourself too. You know, it's like now there's an embarrassment on top of the fact that you did not book this thing that you were trying to book.
Listen, Greg, we appreciate your honesty in trying to get here, but we just can't be associated with a motherfucker who's a grown-ass man that pisses on himself. So good luck in your future endeavors.
Endeavors.
You know what he told them?
What?
You know what he told them why he was late?
I've been having sex this entire time.
I've been fucking this whole time.
I'm sorry I'm 45 minutes late. Sometimes you fuck for a while.
Sometimes you gotta get it in.
Hey, he'd be like, hey, Steven, I was watching Schindler's List and got hungry and started fucking.
What did he say, though, for real?
Yeah, what did he say?
He said he got stuck in traffic, and I said, dude, that's disrespectful because if the
that's the wrong one.
Yeah, you can't say that.
You can't say traffic. dude. In LA,
Yeah,
you
no.
know there's traffic in LA. Like it just made. I told him, I go, you just made it seem like the meeting wasn't that important to you. Like
Yep.
if you got a meeting with Steven Spielberg at 12, you leave your house at 8.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, you have to say an emergency. You literally, it can't be pee or you shitting on yourself, something like that, that makes you seem just crazy. Yeah. It has to be like, oh, my mom, I had to rush my mom to a doctor or a hospital or something that you couldn't, like literally, even the pet thing, because people know how serious people are with their pets. Like some shit could have happened. Like you got to make it seem imperative.
So I told him, he disagreed with me, but I told him, I go, you cancel that meeting and you reschedule. Like you said, it's an emergency. Hey man, I wouldn't miss this, but I have to cancel because my cousin got shot or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, we solved all the, because I was gonna do an Instagram story where I did a poll of what are like acceptable excuses to not show up to someone's podcast. Is fucking one of them?
Because my mom used to tell me, my mom had a saying, and she didn't make this up, but I didn't understand it when I was younger. But she was like, excuses are only good to the people that make them. She used to always say that.
Absolutely.
And I was like, excuses are only good to the people that make them. Like, what is, and then you go, oh yeah, that's absolutely true.
100%. They're never,
even if it's a good excuse, it's only good for you. Like if I was stranded on the side of the road and I said, Candice, come pick me up. And you was like, my bad, Rube, I know you've been waiting out there for 5 hours. I can't come, such and such happened. Okay, that's okay. But I'm still stuck on the side of the road.
You're still, right. Yeah. I'm shit out of luck because of some shit that has to do with you. So yeah, absolutely. And that even if it's the best, like you said, best excuse in the world, it's still, it's an excuse. That's why they say what's the stupid saying? Everyone has one and they always stink. They're like assholes, and they're like assholes. Yeah.
But what is an acceptable excuse, Candice or Mal?
For missing a podcast?
Yes.
Like I think it's also, you're now talking about someone's time. So it has to be an emergency. It needs to be, I had to do this. Even, you know what? Someone even told me one time, hey, they canceled last minute on me. They were like, hey, I got called into work last minute. That's fine. We're all in this industry. I understand. Like this, I'm not paying people to do this podcast. So I get it. You got to pay rent. Like I don't question that. But like, just give me a heads up. Even if she had texted me 2 hours before and been like, I'm going to be fucking.
I'm about to have sex. I'm not sure how long this is going to go. I've been known to fuck for hours.
Yeah, it would have been unacceptable, but still better than not responding at all, just flaking totally, and then using that as well, shit, no shit, Candice, I'm fucking, what are you talking about? Making it sound like I'm the crazy one.
Yeah, and it's like, how long is it going to take? Well, I don't know. Last time we fucked for 5 hours. This time.
I just remember she made it your fault that she was fucking. Yeah, I fuck on Saturdays at 8 a.m.
That was even weirder. It was not in the morning. It was, we were doing it like 11 o'clock or 12, one of the two. And so it's like, why? Oh, no, that's what it was. It's because she don't live on the West Coast. She's on the East Coast. So it was even later.
And what's funny is I probably know exactly who you're talking about.
I know you know exactly who I'm talking about. I know you know. I mean, there are probably some listeners who know who I'm talking about because they know I've complained about her flaking before. So they probably have put 2 and 2 together and been like, oh, I know who you're talking about. Anyway, Ruben, we have to wrap this up. But we've gone over, and I don't want to keep you guys, but this has been fantastic.
Super fun.
We've had so much fun. We covered nothing that was on the list. So, I mean, we briefly talked about Kwame, whatever. Thank you so much. Ruben, where can people find you one more time?
You can find me on social media at I am Ruben Paul. RubenPaul.com. Catch me in a city near you. I'll be going on tour this year, so I'll be posting.
Yay!
Yeah, so staying busy. I'll be doing a
You
lot
can
of.
also find Ruben rummaging through his friends' cupboards.
Snack shaming everybody.
Hey, I'm exposing people and saving lives. That's what I'm doing. Just like Candice. Just
It's
like
true.
Candice.
Amen. I do want, Ruben, I do want to say I appreciate you so much. You are one of my favorite people in the world, and I don't know why we don't see each other more often.
I
But
know, I feel the same way.
You're just a grounded, and there's not that many people that are grounded and just reasonable and are sane, and just not even in this industry, but just in general anymore. I have a hard time finding. That's another reason why I like haven't been podcasting as much, is because there's not that many people I want to talk to anymore. Like, because everyone's lost their minds. And so like me even trying to find people that I like can have good conversation with, that are like rational and won't lose their minds over certain things that are said, is hard to do nowadays. So anyway, I just want to say I appreciate you. Erica Rhodes mentioned you to me not that long ago, because Erica and I have been conversing. Because, you know, there's a small community of people who feel a certain way about what's happening in the world. And Erica's one of the people that is very like-minded with myself. And she was like,
oh, wow, that's good to know.
Yeah, she was like, Ruben's one of us. And I
You know, it's interesting, and I know we got to wrap this up, but
yeah,
it's like, we are such a small community, but even inside our community, there's, like you said, certain people that you vibe with and talk to. And I've always had a tremendous respect for you and Mal, even though we haven't had many interactions. Alonzo Bowden is a good friend of mine, so I feel like I know you and understand you based on my relationship with Alonzo. But when I talked to Erica, when she had lost her dad, we really were, I just reached out to her because I've been through that.
right.
And when I ran into her, it was just so cool to like, okay, I know I'm, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, you're one of us, you know what I mean? Like, we're on the same page with that. It was cool.
Yeah. And what we mean by one of us, in case anybody's wondering, is just independent thinkers, free thinkers, people that are just questioning things and feel like it's okay to question things and not just following herd thought. So yeah, and just knowing that, yeah, like, okay, it's okay to say something and just ask a question. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
And one thing that I do appreciate about you, and I know I joked about it from the beginning, is, and I think Erica's the same way and I'm the same way, we don't shit on you for what you choose to do and put in your body or anything. Like, I'm not here to condescend and make you feel horrible. I'm just kind of telling you what's worked for me. I think that's our philosophy. Like, hey, this is what I do.
And it worked. And I'm happy as fuck. So maybe you might want to try it. Yeah. No, but people are content in their own misery. And a lot of times when you pose something the opposite of that, they, again, like we were saying before, we're reflections of what's inside for them. So it's like, I can't. And so, they just have to learn for themselves, but we're just here as beacons of like, try something new maybe. And we're just nice people. So it's like, and Mal too, like, you're included in this as well. I don't want to say like you're not, but I had just found out that Ruben was one of these people through Erica. Yeah. So I was just like, oh.
Well, I think ultimately, what we all have in common, and not saying other people don't, but just on the pursuit of trying to be better.
Yeah.
Just want to be better. Just want to be better on all aspects of my life. I just want to be better. Yeah. That's it. Comedy, everything, writing, performing, health. I just want to be better.
A better person. And what's tricky right now is that
absolutely.
What's tricky right now is that there's so much clout in being a victim and being oppressed and being okay, and not with tied in with the not shaming. It's like, don't make me feel bad about what I am. And it's like, well, you are this, but like, could you also be this, which is better, which would change your situation? Like, I'm not trying to shit on you or make you feel bad, but it's like, you have to take personal responsibility and accountability for the stuff that's happening in your life. And you can't just complain and say, this thing is put upon me. This thing keeps happening to me. And you're the reason why I'm in this situation. No, you're the reason why you're in that situation. Embrace that. It's very powerful. Yep. It's very liberating. And once you do that, you can then take that and change your complete situation 100%. What you get out is what you put out is what you get back. So and I think we all agree, like we're all constantly like evolving and changing and learning. And I know that's a lot to ask of people, but it's really not.
And last point, I
It's
think
just
it
hard. It
keeps you.
just takes effort, and that's like
Too much for
you
some
know what I
people,
mean?
yeah.
It
And,
is
Yeah.
too much.
and the last point I'll make on that is I think that keeps you from bitterness. In this industry, a lot of times, like speaking specifically like the entertainment industry, you want to sit and complain about being a victim and why does this person get that and why does this person, instead of like focusing on yourself and trying to better. Like Mal said it earlier, we all sometimes get caught up into looking to see what other people are accomplishing or what they've done. And for some reason, we sometimes have this weird competition thing that should not even be there.
Right.
And if
Right.
you don't really take the time to focus on your issues and what can I do to be better, when it all comes back to what can I do,
Yep.
then life becomes better at that point because you've taken control of your life instead of giving it to other people saying, oh, this person didn't put me on or this person didn't. And I've been through stages of that. But one thing that I realized is what's for me is meant for me.
Yes.
And I'm going to work towards to being the best version of myself. And what I get from that is what I deserve.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. Yo, like we could keep talking about this for hours and I'll have you back on and we can continue this. Because again, like I said, the pool of me being able to pick from people I even want to talk to is getting smaller and smaller. Like every week. But yeah, like I talk about frequencies and vibrations all the time. I encourage everybody to look up the laws of the universe because that shit is real. Like it's true. Like get on a frequency where you're just like, that's so high and that's what you'll get back. You will for sure start reaping all the abundance and all the gifts that the world has to give you and wants to give you. It's just, you just have to be open to it. That's all. But
the law of what is called the law of what do you
action?
Call it? When you reap what you sow, reciprocity.
Oh yeah. 100.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I encourage everyone to just explore it because it's real. And I could even, if anyone wants to DM me and ask me any resources to start exploring that, I'll 100% tell you because it's life changing. It's changed my life 100. So anyway, Ruben, thank you again for being here. Mal, where can people unfollow you one more time?
Malhall.com. Just Google Malhall and then tell your computer to never go to that page again.
Just auto block.
Yeah.
You guys, thanks for tuning into The Struggle. One more time, I'm Jokes by Candice. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do that. We're on all podcast platforms. I'll be posting this on my YouTube, so make sure you subscribe there, rate and review us on iTunes. It does make a difference. And last but not least, tell somebody if you're listening and enjoying, or maybe learn something. Shout us out. Till next time. Hey.